Well, I kind of did it. I kind of didn't. I said I wasn't going to race this weekend. So we're half racing, I'm going to call it. It's more like a car event. A motorsports enthusiast event, I'll call it. We're not really racing. A couple hours from where we live, they have a radar run every year. It's just like a swap meet, 8th mile deal on an airstrip. It's kind of fun, super laid back. I think all you need is a helmet. So if you ever want to do like 160 with flip flops, just kind of up my alley, now's the time. So really, Matt wanted to test his car in the street some more for an upcoming event, and this seemed like a good happy medium, because we've kind of gotten chased out of some areas lately. So nice little legal action. Be able to do some testing on some fresh asphalt. See how that goes. He did call me this morning, and he noticed while he was loading the car up that the anti-roll bar was broken again. This time on the right side. It broke the left side this spring. We kind of noticed it when we were watching videos, so he was going to look when he put it on the trailer so he could get up under there and see, and sure enough it was broken. So a friend of ours, he brought his welder. Matt brought his generator. It only takes about 10-15 minutes to pull that thing off the car, and we'll weld it up and see how that works. But we really wanted to go to that battle, the big end in Ottawa, and I mean, to be completely honest, the whole finances are just pretty drained. I mean, this is like an hour and a half from our house, so it's a pretty cheap day. Ottawa's like 6 hours from our house, $125 buy-in, blah blah blah. It just wasn't in the cards, so I kind of want to be home tomorrow anyhow on Sunday. I do have a family that I see on occasion, so that'd be nice to be home, see them. So kind of taking the weekend off, kind of not. It's a laid-back event. There's some older videos from a couple years ago on the channel. We brought Brian's car out here. It's a pretty good time. So take a little video. I'm gonna rummage the swap meet, see what I can find. We'll go from there. Was like a super abrupt ending to that video. I was just in Siren, Wisconsin, and now I'm back home. Whoops. Now I'm back home. We did a burnout. Matt did a burnout in his car, and he came out of the makeshift water box they have there, and it sounded like kind of like a tumbler full of hardware, maybe. Still had oil pressure, still ran good. But it was kind of doing the ping, ding, 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 ding. Like, not so much up here or here, but it was kind of coming from right about here. So he's dropping the wife off. He's on his way down here. We're locked into that race a few weeks from now. It's a few $100 buy-in, so don't really want to forfeit that. So he's bringing the car down here. My shop is still a mess. I haven't even put the motor back together for my car. It's that one right there. Right there was, nope, right there. That was supposed to be in there by now, but to be honest, it's kind of a little wore out lately. So I've been taking a break. I haven't really touched the car or nothing. Oh well. So he'll bring that down here. I'm hoping we can put bearings in it, call it a day. If not, I've got 1, 2, 3 short blocks laying around. We'll throw one of those in. So he's on his way down here. We get unloaded. I got to do some rearranging. I've been keeping my pickup in here, which is super nice for the first time in my life. It's not dirty all the time. But I'm going to move some stuff around and the Matt should be here. there's a definite glare on the phone. There's definitely a little rattle to it. I was hoping it'd be more really sell it that I need to take the motor out, because I hate taking the motor out when it runs really good and it's still got like 65 pounds, but I think it's the only option. I drained the oil and there's no like definite like, oh yeah, that's a chunk of metal. So I'm gonna pull the filter off. I'm gonna take it to work tomorrow. I'm gonna cut it open and see if there's anything in there. Hopefully it's some metal just so I feel better before I eat anything out, but I doubt it. So cut the filter open tomorrow, take the motor out, take it apart, see what happened. So I took it to work, cut it open. Me and Whitey cut it open. There was nothing, not even a speck. Which made me kind of happy, the little stock motor just hanging in there. But it led me to believe that there's another issue. So we're discussing it, and Whitey's like, maybe you should check the plywood bolts, flex plate bolts. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I rolled underneath, and they're all tight. And I thought, you know what, just for shits, I'm gonna stick my camera up there. I'll take you under there, we'll try to look together. Oh. Start peeking around, and oh, if you look, there you go. Cracks. There's cracks everywhere. They go all the way around. I don't think there's at least one. There's at least 1, 2, 3. I think there's at least 3 cracks in it. So I was pretty relieved to find that. So now I don't have to put a motor in the car. So I got the old jig shipment. You're probably wondering, well, you probably had a stock one in there like usual. I didn't. My car, depends if anybody from tech's watching, but my car may or may not run a stock one. However, Matt's tried to be a good person, put an SFI one in this car when I put it together this winter. So I bought jigs one. Now, I'm not gonna like start trashing jigs and say that, oh, junky old jigs flex plate only made it 200 hits before it cracked. Because last weekend, when Matt was down in Nebraska, they had to tighten the flex plate bolts. So I'm gonna write it off to the loose bolts. Gave her a little head start at things. So now we got a new one. You betcha. You betcha. Jigs Performance again. Now this is actually the, I don't think it says it on there. This is the heavy duty model. Before we just had the normal duty SFI. This is the heavy duty. I don't know what the difference is. But, oh, see how it works. I'm gonna toss that in quick. I think we'll be back in action. So I think the old sneak attack is gonna work better than I thought. I just pulled the bolts out of the mount, these outer ones here. Pulled the bell housing bolts out. Just gave her a little huff to the rear. Definitely got enough to get it out. I don't know, I just gotta figure out if I can get the torque wrench in there, because believe it or not, it's probably one of the maybe 2 things on a car that I use a torque wrench for. So we'll get this stuffed out of here and take a look at it. There it is. It's all the way through. It's halfway, almost, all the way through, I don't know. Like I said before, I was gonna write it off to loose torque converter bolts at one point, but there's a lot of passes between tightening those bolts when that happened and this. I don't know, maybe just the load of the torque-filled SBE just got the best of it, I'm not sure. But regardless, got the heavy-duty version now. Done, just like that. Oh, YouTube magic. Fresh flex plate, some new hardware, just to make sure. SFI diaper, all back on. I think she's ready to rip. So when Zach's car was down here, he couldn't take it anymore. I didn't have a creeper. And as you can see, I don't have a hoist. I got these really short ceilings, so it's not even an option. But the cool part about a creeper, which I didn't know, is it's kind of like a trailer. when you gotta clean up, you just roll it around, you just throw all your stuff on it. If you've held on this long in the video, I'm just as impressed as you are with yourself. If you're thinking, John was in a hiatus for over a week without a video. He's been in 9 different shirts, which is about 9 days, all to make a 12-minute video about putting a flex plate in. That's it, that's the whole video, just flex plates. Okay, there might be some beneficial information in this one. So like a month ago, Holly came out and said that they're gonna make the Pro Dash be able to communicate with the Terminator X, which is kind of a game changer. There's a lot of things on Matt's car that he didn't have because we were out of inputs and outputs, but he has a Pro Dash. So I did just add a drive shaft speed sensor to Matt's car, which he did not have before. So I'm gonna try to walk you through how that's gonna work here. I need to update the Terminator, need to update the dash, and then we should be good to go. So let's see how this works. And we're back, day 97 of this video that won't ever end with no substance to it whatsoever. To update everything last night, and I tried to set it up in the dash, and either I'm really dumb, which is a strong possibility, or this dash doesn't work like I thought it did. If anybody's like a Pro Dash expert and wants to help, I am open to suggestions. Let me show you what I got going on here. Okay, so if I go to my Pro Dash and I go to configuration and I go to dash configuration, and scroll down right here on the bottom, I've got my vehicle speed, rear speed. So in this drop down, you can set up what kind it is. I'm assuming it's a speed because it's just like your 8-tooth reluctor wheel with Hall effect. I don't understand where in here I can set up pulses per rotation or anything like that. You can go into vehicle and I can set it here, but that's for the mile-an-hour input. And let's say I had a front and a rear, how would I set up each one individually? Because there's only one spot to do this. And I'm pretty sure this is only for the speed/odometer deal. So I'm kind of at a loss. So if anybody knows how, on your Pro Dash, to set up drive shaft speed, please let me know. Because I am completely befuddled by this deal and I don't know what I'm doing. That's about it. I think I'm gonna end the video here because it's carried on far too long. So in conclusion, we have a new flex plate. The car's ready to rip for next weekend. If somebody knows how to set up drive shaft speed in a Pro Dash, please reach out to me and let me know because I have no idea how this works. Stand by for more.